Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Hello everyone, this is Anas Salahuddin. Welcome to my YouTube channel ICT No Difficulty. Today we will start chapter 6, which is the longest chapter in the ICT syllabus, yet the most intermingling chapter with all other chapters. It has a bunch of applications starting with communication, ending with satellite systems, 11 ones. So let's go. The communication, it has two parts, the communication medias and the mobile communication. Back in the days, people used to write letters and use telephone calls, use reports so they can communicate. Well, the introduction of ICT took this to a different level into the personal communication and global communication, if we can say. Let's go and see how did the ICT change this. We have 6 communication medias: newsletters and posters, e-publications, websites, presentations, audio and video communication, and media streaming. For the newsletter, you know the newspaper, the one that you might have seen your father, grandfather, grandmother reading it. This is public and it speaks about everything almost. It's a national and international newspaper. The one that we're talking about is not this one. We are talking about newsletter, which is for an organization, a school, maybe a society, a club. Well, so it's close to these people and the interested people. It tells, let's say, the achievements. And how can we generate the newsletter? We use Word, which is the document production that you study on chapter 17, you will face in paper 2. Columns, margins, okay. We can enhance the font using bold and italic ones. We can use the header and footer, okay. And it actually takes good skills to make the newsletter attractive and not distractive. And the newsletter, simply it contains few pictures, more text. If we are to compare it with the poster, which is a large printed sheet, okay, having text and pictures, but pictures are more than text in it. Maybe you have one of the posters for your best, let's say, player, actress, name it, in your bedroom, in your closet, see it in billboards, public places. And the posters are generally, they contain one message, and we usually use them to advertise products, events, movies. And as you can see in this one, we have few text, as I told you, and there is a one big picture, small pictures around, and it contains details about the event itself or the movie itself, the launching date, the stars, etc. The e-publication, it means electronic publication. The magazine, the newsletters, books can be online, where you can go and read them online. So what are the benefits here? Well, this is simply, these are very quick to be published, okay? You don't print these ones, so there is no printing cost, and they're globally shared. We can compare it with the hard copies. This is going to reach a lot of people. You can also have your own digital library, as you can have, for example, all the IGCSE books in your library. Because of this, people like to have their own devices to read, which made Amazon invent their Kindle device, which is an e-reader, a device that can make you read the publication, which means that you have your library in your pocket. Or the third communication media are the websites. You will take this in chapter 21, paper 3, that is web authoring. So a website is a collection of web pages. What are the web page? A web page is a document, contains text, images, okay, hyperlinks, videos, where it can be interpreted by a web browser. The web page is the interface between the user and the website. Website is a folder, and because the web page is written on HTML, hypertext markup language, there must be an application that can read this or interpret this, which is the web browser. As the website is a folder, so it will be saved somewhere on the web server. It's going to be saved physically. So this is a computer somewhere, like in Italy state, where you have your website hosted. We use websites to entertain ourselves, okay, to advertise, to order things online, okay, to get information, to upload, download videos, audios, books, PDF files. The fourth type is the presentations, which is multimedia presentation. When we say multimedia, we mean a mixture of media: sound, photos, videos, animation. The multimedia presentation is usually used with the projector. Like people will have a projector and then gather around to see the presentation. Why we use presentation? Well, it's the best way to explain ideas. So it will be a talk by a person to view exhibits in museums, for example, products in shops, paintings at an art gallery. So if they want you to understand something, you might enjoy watching it, but also you can have a brief of it. Or if there is something far away from you, but they want you to realize it, so you will see it in a presentation. Also, the artists and designers, they can make their own digital portfolio of their work using the presentation. Also, we use it for education, for example, the one that we are doing just right now. For auto one animations, interactive stories, quizzes, and the advantages here, as I told you, they are the most, let's say, direct, simple method to represent ideas. So it can be very interesting and very interactive using the hyperlinks, transitions, animations. Disadvantages is, as we're going to take in chapter 9, the multimedia presentation could be very distractive. A lot of pictures, sorry, a lot of colors, for example, loud music, things going everywhere. So this could be very distracting. Also, it needs equipments. As we said, the multimedia projector. So it should be mounted on the roof or on the ceiling. Needs technicians to do this. It could be a little bit expensive. A good projector could be a little bit expensive. And also, the hazard of the falling objects if it's not fixed or mounted properly. The fifth type is the audio and video communication. With audio and video communication, the audio is sound and the video is moving images. So we use it to convey information to groups, maybe to individuals. While we use audio if we are too busy to watch. Okay, we must concentrate on something, but we need to listen to something else. So if you're doing some exercises, you might listen to some music tracks, or you might listen to an audiobook explaining something. One of the main examples that they use the audio communication in the airports. People might not be like free all the time to watch the screens and where the terminals, the gates, what are the trips. No, so they will play the known sound, so it makes people pay attention to what is coming. Okay, in shops, railways, they can use also the audio. Another type of audio communication is the podcast, which is a digital file, can be found over the internet, where you can download it to your PC or to your mobile phone and listen to it whenever it's convenient. Well, it's about life coaching, education, telling life story, become very popular now. The video is moving images plus sound. Also, we use it for entertainment, education, to promote products. And an example for the video communication is the Zoom, the FaceTime, the Google Meet ones, the WebEx, Cisco. And these ones, they are, let's say, very feasible and easy to make, and also cheaper than the video conference, the setup and the company of the video conference and the application, etc. No, just one application connected to the internet where you can save your meetings on the cloud, which means it's also cheaper. The last type in the communication medias is the streaming. Well, the media streaming, it means the transmitting and receiving of the video and audio files via steady network. So you don't need to download it. You don't need to have it on your hard drive or on your SSD or on your flash memory on your computer. No, you just log into the internet and watch things, which is simply, we can say it's a continuous flow of packets with the use of fast connections, which is happening in real time. The files will be saved into servers, and then for you as a user, you will see the files while they are being saved, let's say, or transmitted to your device one after the other, which we call this buffering. And the sign of buffering looks bad, but it's actually, it helps in watching videos because buffering, it's like having the audios and videos as packets, and as these packets reach to your device from different let's say routes, as we will understand in the packet switching on the next application. So they will come to your device from different, let's say, routes, and they will be accumulated one after the other. So this means the file is downloaded partially, not all of it. As you can see on YouTube video, for example, you would have the cursor, okay, showing the position that where are you on the video, and next to it there is like a white transparent area where these packets can be played because they are already loaded, okay. And the rest of the black or dark area, this means these packets are not downloaded yet. Well, there is another terminology you need to understand here, which is the compression of the files. A compression means the file contains more data than it looks like or than the actual size. It will be compressed and decompressed. So the files here will be compressed and then sent to you, to your device, and then they will be buffered, and then they will be decompressed. As we said, like the YouTube or live streaming, which is having those files right now. This is the live streaming. The videos and audio files are sent in real time. They're not recorded, not like the media streaming. Just like the football matches, for example, opera, concerts. The second type is mobile communication. For the mobile communication, simply a mobile phone having a SIM card connected to a wireless network. Well, the applications, or let's say the services that the mobile phone will give to us, or technologies that we can use, is the SMS, short messages service, the phone calls, the voice over IP, over internet protocol, and the internet access. For the short messages, it's just a text message between a mobile phone to another mobile phone, or from a computer to a mobile phone. The phone calls, the regular phone calls, having from a telephone to a mobile, or from a mobile to another mobile phone. Well, here we need to understand between the difference between a phone call and the voice over internet protocol. Just like the regular telephone call, if we can say, the homeland telephone and the messenger call, or any call that you do using the internet. The difference between the two comes with the terminology of packet switching, which we talked about it in chapter 4, and we talked about it in the media streaming, where the files will be, let's say, segmented, okay, or broken down into packets. And then these packets will take different routes, the routers and switches over the whole network, okay, will send packets in the fastest, best way. So you don't expect all the packets comes to your device by the same route or by the same link. No, they will come to you from different routes. This is packet switching. The telephone call is a circuit switched call, which means there is only one line that this phone call would come to you. So the main difference is on the phone calls, the user, on the other hand, must be, let's say, present to respond to the phone call and talk to you. But on the packet switching, you will send the message, even a voice message. The other person, he or she, should not be online to get your message. They will receive the message anytime. So this is packet switching. Why? Because it's going to reach them eventually and it will be stored there. But the circuit switched, it means it should be a closed circuit so the other person can talk. This is the main difference. Well, then we go to the internet access, which is the third generation, the fourth generation, and fifth generation. A generation means higher speeds of downloading, uploading, okay, fast connections. So it's like the improvement, we call it generation. So all of us know the fourth generation, and in some countries, in some places, they use the fifth generation. In your syllabus, you need to know some terminologies here: the base station or base transmission station, the cell, and the handover. How the mobile communication works. Well, first there is your mobile phone, okay? And your mobile phone will be connected to the next base station, like the antenna, the next antenna. You might see it in your neighborhood, above the highest building, or in a, let's say, in a park, and it's going to be high. So this antenna is called base station, where it's connected to a transceiver. A transceiver means transmitter and a receiver. So the antenna, its function is to, let's say, change the signals that come from your mobile phone. Okay, the signal that comes from the base station into electromagnetic, which means into a wireless signal. That's the main function of the base station. So it connects your mobile phone to the company, to the wireless company, and connects the wireless company to your mobile phone. This antenna will send its, let's say, radiation, the coverage area, the electromagnetic signal, into a perimeter, let's say, of from 9 to 15 miles, which is like from 15 to 20 kilometers circumference. So this area is called a cell. So a cell where we have the coverage area of a base station. So in the coverage area, we would have the base station and mobile phones in it. group of cells, which we call them cluster, they will make the coverage area in the whole, let's say, neighborhood blocks, and then from neighborhood to another neighborhood, a city to another city, and then the whole country will be connected. If you are moving from, let's say, riding a car, and you are moving from a coverage area of antenna to another coverage area of antenna or base station, the logical thing is when you get off the coverage area, the phone call will drop if you are talking on your mobile phone. But this doesn't happen. Why? Because the base stations, they have the sense of mobile phones that are leaving their coverage area. So they will be connecting to the network, to the wireless network company, and they will send a message like, such as, I'm losing this mobile phone with this number. It is moving away from my coverage area. It is getting a weak signal from me. So the operator network will connect to the next base station next to it. And the next base station will try to find out, is this person or this mobile phone is coming to my coverage area or not. This method could be this negotiation, as we can say, can happen between the two base stations directly or through the network operator. So it's like, I'm losing this mobile phone number. It is getting away from my coverage area. Do you get this one coming to you? Because there is an overlap in the coverage between the two base stations. So the next base station will say, yes, I'm receiving this mobile phone. It is coming to my territory. I'm going to cover for this one. So it's in my hand now. So the first base station will hand over this mobile phone details and call the running call to the next base station. The next base station will take over from here. If this car is moving, like traveling, for example, so each base station will hand over the cover to the next base station just when the mobile station or mobile phone comes to the cross coverage area between the two. We're done for the first part. So meet you on the next application, modeling applications. Do not forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you can receive further notifications. See you on the next video.